We resume with Pickle Squad driving the Chevy Tahoe, with Roger Rogers driving his motorcycle behind, en route to Weisenheimer's, a local eating establishment. You roll up and it looks like it's from the 1950s, not like redone, like it was probably built around then with some renovations. It's mainly red and white. There is a kind of a cartoon pie with a mouth and angry eyes, and it's got curse words. It says Weisenheimers. And you guys all pull up in front. Not like the cartoon curse words, not actually. It just says fuck.
It's like
I love Weisenheimers and their crass attitude.
Right across the sky in neon letters.
the boysenberries aren't the only things that are sour.
And you guys all pull up in front.
Alrighty, because Kenny, last time I got that USB stick full of that information, so you just see Kenny basically gets out of the car because he's ready for food. You see him with his laptop, he plugs it in, and he's almost in his own zone as he just kind of walks in, holding the laptop in one hand and just kind of typing on the other, like, very inside of his own mind as he goes inside.
I think Don will just kind of like have a hand on your shoulder, and then just every once in a while will just give you like a push one way to make sure you don't run into the door, and then just kind of grab your shirt. yeah, and then just grab your shirt sleeve and just like give you like a half-centimeter tug so you don't run into like the waitress.
Question: Do I still hear the music? Because that was what you left off last time, and I just want to know if I still hear it or does it go away?
As you drove for a while, it began sounding farther and farther away, but there were more notes than last time. It was less of a pauses.
A bit of a saxophone.
But yes, the saxophone. The more you drove, it got a little softer and stuff.
Okay. Great. That's fine.
And you guys entering.
Does this location have a mechanical bull or perhaps just one of those carousel rides, or?
You walk in, and it is, once again, kind of a diner style, like, 1950s. There is a jukebox. There is no mechanical bull, unfortunately.
So, of course, they have a mechanical shark for people to ride, as is common in 1950s themed diners.
And you're greeted after, a couple moments by a greasy-looking man. Hey, welcome to Weisenheimer's. What can I get you?
Sounds just like Granny and everything else.
But it's a greasy man.
Greasy man.
Don will enter pies. And
we can't do the right. Come on. And he takes you. He grabs 5 menus, which are very flimsy, like laminated one-sheet things, and sits you all down. He says, "I'll be back in a minute."
I'd like to say, sir, that all these slices are on old Raj.
I'll bring you the bill later, yeah. And he leaves. You look at the menu. There is a wide variety of pies and ice creams available, usually paired together. You can combine them in any way you wish. Also prominently displayed in the middle is the Gut Destroyer Challenge. 10 slices of pie and 10 scoops of ice cream. And you get the meal paid for and a free t-shirt.
It's like a team effort challenge.
You and one other person.
Oh.
If only I wasn't playing as Kenny Morgan. Almost any one of my other characters would have taken that on.
Would I be able to use a ride check for it? Or no?
You ride
that out.
Or I just ride the pie?
So Kenny sits down at the booth that we all sit at. He's still very much plugged in. You see him almost like he's so in the zone, but he somehow like instinctually knows where the coffee cup is and flips it over so that they'll pour a cup of coffee for him. But he just keeps doing his work and just.
Make a computer check if you'd like to kind of decipher.
Oh, sure.
What you can.
While he does that, did I get anything back from Helena about that?
You have not yet. I think if she didn't stage, it would probably be tomorrow. It would take a little bit to translate for it.
Okay.
I passed. I got a 65 out of 80.
So while you guys are waiting to order for him to come back, you get a lot of pictures of previous, like I think he probably categorized them because this guy, Elmer the coroner, was very much into the kind of oddities of these deaths. And you see other bodies, like some of the ones that you already have listed. The one that stands out the most, because he's written several notes on it as well, is Lewis Tycroft, who's on that sheet as well. It says he died of a gunshot wound.
Oh.
Suicide. But the notes that Elmer has taken says I mean, that's what it was ruled as, but it is very odd the way he would have shot himself, because it was in the chest. And it seems very unlikely that he would have done it to himself, but case is already closed.
That's interesting. All right.
Is everything else about the body though? Is it similar to the other ones that were all consistently like it was found in the?
No, there was no throat slit for that one. No. And
was it found in the same place, like the master bedroom? Were other things consistent, or is everything about it different?
It's not. I don't believe everything is different.
Okay.
I mean, everything is the same. Yeah, the body was found somewhere else. It was found in the second bedroom.
Okay.
And he shot himself twice, and it was in 2002.
You don't really shoot yourself twice.
Yeah, especially in the fucking heart.
Mm-hmm.
But it's gotta be a suicide, I guess. He's
like
dead and there's no one else in this room.
It's like when you go to nail something into the wall and you miss the stud and you're like, oh damn, gotta go like 2 centimeters to the right.
One more!
Oh, that was a lung!
Alrighty, so I'm just on that. I'm basically mumbling as I figure out information, which is how you guys heard that, and like you asked me questions and I looked more into it and stuff, and I mumbled it out.
You guys are just, if nothing happens till then. Yeah, after a couple minutes.
I'm gonna talk to him.
Hey, you guys decided some slices yet?
I nudged the coffee cup.
Yeah, okay, and he already has a pitcher with him and pours you coffee. Anyone else? Joe with your pie.
She raises her hand.
Yeah.
Inappropriate, alright, yeah.
Listen, I have a charisma of 6, so I'm a lot of things. A people person is not one of them.
I'll take a slice of your cherry pie, sir, and 1 round of root beer floats all around and keep them coming.
Ooh. Big spender. Anyway, you want any ice cream with the pie itself or just the floats?
I don't want to float. Chocolate ice cream though.
All of them.
Any pie with that ice cream?
Pumpkin.
I just got
Pumpkin and chocolate.
Slice of cherry.
Cherry ice cream? Any ice cream with that pie? A la mode, my man!
What, me?
Just give him a vanilla. It's the simple.
Everyone's
vanilla.
getting out of mode.
Just vanilla, sure, whatever, fuck.
Busy. Shit. All right.
We're solving a murder!
He glosses over it and looks at Roger.
I'm taking the cherry and the vanilla, and if the lady can't figure out what pie she wants, she looks like a French silk gal to me, I'll tell you what.
He looks to Alice, the only one who hasn't ordered. Are you a French silk gal?
Good guess. But no. I'll take chocolate mint ice cream, and that's it.
It's not a pie gal.
Silence fills the diner. Fucking pie.
I don't like pie. So thank you very much, though. It's a lovely establishment.
They got brownies. You want a brownie?
I'll take a brownie. I'll take 2 brownies.
Caramel, pecan, blondie.
No, just a brownie.
Standard.
Just a brownie. Just a standard brownie.
What about
If you have
powdered
an edge
sugar?
piece, I don't want powdered sugar. I want a standard brownie, and I'd like it to be an edge piece if you have that.
This guy doesn't get very many tips, does he?
Yeah.
You want a damn pie? You just want a damn pie?
We're all.
Alice
Playing
as
a
he walks
GameStop?
away.
What is this?
Before he leaves, I wanted to talk to him.
Okay, yeah, sure. He
great.
turns to leave, and then notices your gaze.
Yeah. No, so first off, sir, this is quite an establishment. I sure like the aesthetic that you have chosen. It makes me feel welcome. It's like a nice, long arms of pie came and held me. I'd like to pay in advance, and I hand him a $100 bill. I say,
Oh.
Your tip's included, but we're not from around here. I just had a couple questions about one of them houses up the road.
Yeah, alright.
You ever hear of a buddy of mine, Arthur Donnelly?
Roll a charisma check.
That's a 40, so I pass.
He pauses, and his eyes kind of go up into the like he's trying to remember, and he says, we had a guy who came here a couple nights for just coffee. Didn't tip well, but I think he was pretty new in town, kind of kept to himself.
That's my buddy. You ever see anyone come in with him?
No, he was always alone.
About what time of the night?
Weird, 2 a.m., 5 a.m.
You ever talk to him?
Not really, I just gave him the coffee. Once again, he kind of kept to himself. He didn't give off that friendly vibe that I so clearly give off.
Did he bring anything with him? Like, not a person, but something to keep him occupied?
Yeah, he was often writing notes while he was drinking coffee. Yeah, he had a notepad.
Give off any weird vibes?
A little, he kept it, came at weird hours, but he always kept himself very quiet, very curt when ordering.
What's the name of the house that we're staying at, or is it just an address?
It's just an address.
You know anything
Yeah,
about the murders in the house
It is-
on
it's
Spooner
Avenue.
Street?
Avenue.
Avenue.
It is Avenue, not street. Murders? No, there's a couple suicides there I've heard of, but that's...
That's what I meant. Any local tales?
just the usual, spook stories about being haunted by ghosts. I don't really put much stock in that myself. Just an honest pie man.
A true American. That's all. I think it's all the questions I have.
Okay. He leaves to go put your orders in.
I kind of stop in my tracks. I don't look up or anything, and I just go, you guys said you found a kid in the tub, and he turned into ashes, right?
And you kind of
Yep.
turn into bugs.
Turned into bugs?
Bug
Okay.
ashes.
It's really gross.
Bug
Ash
ashes?
bugs.
Ash bugs. Okay. Can I look into Thomas and Imogen Greenlee and family who died in a fire?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Roll another check for it.
97, I failed.
There's not a lot of info on the family itself. I think it was noted that there was a tragic accident where two of the two family members died at 1206 Union Street because of a gas fire. But there wasn't a lot of info on it.
Well, I think the one thing we have learned is we gotta destroy all them mirrors.
Ears? Look up.
Mirrors.
Mirrors? Ears? Ears?
Now, why come to that very specific? Ghosts get mad when you break things in their houses, right?
It's a good thing we're dealing with aliens.
God damn it.
I use the mirror as teleport.
What are you saying? Ears? Mirrors? What?
Meerkats. It's meerkats. We need to destroy the
Merfolk.
meerkats.
Did you see those in the house? I don't know what you... I'll just stick in my lane. Go back to my computer.
Is there water on the property or a well? of any kind? Did we see any of that?
You saw no well on the property.
Oh, I could probably look and see if there was one at one time that got, like, maybe paved over or something. Can I just look and see if any of these families had a child that died? Because it just says names. It doesn't say how old they were.
Also the green box.
That too.
Stop by that.
We should probably stop by that and then go to sleep for the night and then wake up the next day to look into it more.
Sleep.
We
Go to
should
sleep.
go back to the house tomorrow and take a look at the property itself.
Oh, I was planning on just staying there the night.
There? No. It's a suicide
No.
house.
You can roll again, Dave, if you'd like to.
Sure.
To
I'm
find
gonna use
out.
the good dice that always win.
Oh,
57 is a
man.
pass. I got an 80 in things, so yeah.
I think you find there are a couple families with kids.
Which ones? I could just write it down and maybe later I'll try to look deeper into them.
Double boys? Baby boys?
The Amanda Braintree.
Braintree?
Yeah.
Oh, was it Amanda herself?
No, she was not. She was not a kid.
Okay.
Amanda Braintree, Thomas and Imogen Greeley,
Greeley's.
and Adam and Rebecca Ture. Kind of anything that has family on your list would have some sort of kid.
Okay, that makes sense. Ture. But it wasn't... I didn't see anything about... the Greeleys having a kid that died, so it's probably not that.
Yeah, they kind of left. Yeah, it was left vague, I think, in the article you found.
Just
Okay.
some of them died.
We're narrowing
And
it
then
down. I'm circling my
fire.
net.
I assume that the Greeley child didn't die from drowning if there was a fire.
Yeah, that's the thing. I want to know about that fire, because that's interesting. But they were
And
saying
why
it was
the
an
house
accident.
is still
But
standing.
I was about to
I
say
guess
they
it
were.
could be rebuilt. It's been some time.
They're saying it's a fire and that it was an accident, but they also think all these are suicides. So I'm starting to wonder.
The list,
Very convincing.
the list you have, there's only one thing that says murder on it on the entire list. There is one more. I think I took a bad picture.
Oh,
Yeah, there's one. There's one murder on the list in 1955.
1955. There's a murder. Who is it?
It's a murder/suicide. George and Margaret Crease. You would have found on your list.
George and Margaret Crease.
55.
Sorry, no,
George.
sorry, 1959. Because of adjusted times.
Okay. That's not
I
how
mean, can
spell
I
it.
ask an honest question? Is it just anybody who lives in that house got murdered?
It certainly
I
seems
guess
like it.
That is true.
There's
Uh,
50 years
Every
that we don't
owner
know
of
about.
this house.
I mean, based on the dates that I see here, there's not a lot of time in between them. I would have to assume that if people lived in this house, they died.
Can you maybe goggle them and make sure that every single person that's been in that house?
Well, this
Wait.
yeah, I'm looking to see if there's any
Oh
gaps.
no, never mind.
Murder, accident, suicide, accident, fire, suicide, accident, gas leak. I'm wondering if there's a thing there. Only one of them has 2 deaths. Well, I guess 2 of them because the murderer had 2 deaths.
It doesn't sound like a pattern.
Not really, but it
At
does
least from
sound
what you
like
read it
there's like
out.
no time in between deaths. Or no time in
Maybe.
between owners, let's put it that way.
Maybe if we go back and we find a paper record or paper trail of whoever was someone who didn't die, or maybe the first person that died, we can find out
Or the original
who got.
owner of the house.
I mean, you could do that.
There's something we're missing here, because
There's
there's something we're missing.
I just turned my
That's why.
laptop around and this is why you guys get to see it.
Your pies and ice cream and brownie arrive.
Brownies.
Brownies and the root beer floats. There are
Brownies.
4.
Four
root beer
beer
floats. I'll keep them coming too.
I'm just gonna push mine over to Roger and say, I didn't want this.
Well, we're not going to solve this tonight, so my suggestion is, I guess we go back. We kind of. Well, what? Oh, you're looking at the. I still have the laptop faced towards you.
Yeah.
So I think.
Not everyone died
Huh?
who lived there. Amanda Braintree and family suicide, 1 dead.
Oh
and
yeah.
family.
Not not.
So
I
there
guess
are
there was a
people
death
who-
every single owner, but not necessarily everyone in the family died. Yeah.
It's weird that there's 2 for the fire. The only fire had 2.
That gives me caution because one of our Delta Green operation initiatives is that we have to stop the threat, and that makes me think that trying to set the house on fire isn't gonna fix anything. I think it's just gonna kill us.
Yeah, so it's not every year, it's every owner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless there are owners in between. Well, no, I guess there's no owners in between.
No, yeah. People only own the house for I think a maximum of... It looks like that one owned it for a
5.
maximum of 8 years, Peter Diaz. If I'm doing my math wrong, which I am.
It's 7.
But yeah, I mean, we also have that key to that room at the hotel we're staying at, so we could sleep for the night and go there in the morning and figure out if there's anything left in that hotel room, or just go there on our way to our hotel room if anyone's feeling particularly awake, which I am because I just had a coffee.
Me too.
All this sugar's making me a little sleepy.
Maybe you should just leave your motorcycle here and just
Get-
ride with us.
No. Can you tell me when the house was built?
Can I figure that out? Probably.
There are no records online of when it was built. There are no records of the house before 1950.
Yeah.
Prior to 1950.
So
If
we'll
it
have to
even
figure it out.
existed before 1950.
But based on, I think you guys, by looking at it, I think someone was able to determine looks like it was built early 1900.
Listen, ghosts can make things look like they're older than they are. It showed up in 1950.
It just showed up.
Just
I like get a chill. Don't like
Roll
it.
sanity.
Houses don't just show up.
Well, I'll
Ghost
say we
hunting.
go to the local town hall in the morning.
Sounds like a good plan. We can look up records there and stuff. So, there, the library would probably have them too. But yeah, I think it's quitting time for tonight. We could go back to the Enchanted Woods Motel. We can look at the key and see if there's anything in that room before maybe. We have a key to his car too, so if that's parked at the hotel as well for whatever reason, because it wasn't at the Spooner Street, right, or Avenue. So there's a chance it's still at the hotel.
So what would you guys like to do? Where would you like to go?
My vote is for back to the motel, but we can do stuff on the way. Like if you wanted to check the phone on the way,
Yeah.
and then I say we go back to that motel because I ordered a room last time we played, so that's where we'd be staying. So
Do I know if the green box is on the way? Would it be close to the
It's
hotel?
not. It's not a
Or is it-
huge. This suburb is not huge. It would not be more than a 5-minute flight.
I think we should stop there first.
Let's do
see
that.
what that has to offer. Go through it in this lovely place that you've gotten us, and then kind of just hope we're not all haunted.
I was about to say, you don't think the green box could be potentially haunted or anything, right?
Not unless the entire Delta Green is compromised.
True. I mean,
No, I do have
Could
contingencies
be.
for that, but
yeah, we could do that.
As we leave, I approach the waiter and say,
Yeah.
"Pie's good, but it's not Adelaide's cherry pie."
Who?
And I shake his hand. I strut out
I spit
my
in his
bow-legged
face.
stance.
He looks confused, but pats the $100 bill in his breast pocket.
All right.
And you guys head to Meadowbrook storage facilities at the plant.
I'll let
While
someone
on the
else.
way.
I was gonna
I'll
say
let
Alice.
Alice drive.
Oh, drive.
Okay.
Okay, I was gonna say yeah.
Oh.
Well, just in case I
Excellent.
need to because I want to go through the phone,
Yeah.
Okay.
and in case I need you with your
Laptop to look anything up.
business. Uh-huh.
Are you in? Are you in the back with
Yeah,
with Kenny?
Yeah, so Alice would be up in the front by herself.
It's not. I mean, you know how to drive, right? I'm gonna make a drive check for that small. You'll be fine.
We're just
Yeah,
driving. It's not like we're
it's-
driving off road or anything.
I can drive. I know I'm a woman, but I can drive.
Boom.
Oh, seriously,
Why are
2020.
you a city
Oh,
girl
they live.
who doesn't have to drive?
So you're in the back with Kenny. Once you pull up this phone, which is very, very similar to yours, you find a couple things. There's not a lot on here. Seems he was using it for a burner. You do find it has one contact that is the same as the phone you have, for Elizabeth Tucker.
Huh. Okay.
You also find there was a date set for yesterday and an address.
Interesting. What's that address?
7230 Woodward Lane.
Can I Google that address? Google Maps?
Yeah.
Just to kind of see the street view of it and see if maybe I can get any, or maybe just look up the residency of that to see
Sure.
who lives there. I have a sneaking suspicion it's Elizabeth Tucker, but
Yeah.
I
You
do,
do you do it without much of an issue. It is Elizabeth Tucker's house. But what you do find, actually, I'll roll it to see how much you find out.
I just rolled. I got an 84 out of 80, so I failed actually.
You just find it's an address. I think that's all you were looking for. So that's all you really find.
Well, did I figure out it belongs to Liz? Elizabeth Tucker?
Yeah. You find it.
I just
Elizabeth
don't figure
Tucker.
out anything else about it. Okay.
Yeah.
Can I do a quick search just on Elizabeth Tucker, like social media and the warrants, anything like that I can get my hands on?
Yeah. Roll roll whatever check you would do to search. Okay. You find
I'm just looking at the Liz Tucker.
Yeah, you find, I think, with further searching, that she runs a business, and she also runs it out of her house. She's an antiques dealer. She's got, her website is www.antiquetracker.com.
Is that real?
I don't know. It's in the book. I don't know.
Somebody on Twitter check. It seems like it's totally real.
Well, I mean, I'll at least go to that website and check that out, since
Yeah, it's there are some pieces on the website, old chairs, tables, some
Anything
just pieces.
Delta Green has information
Mirrors.
about.
You
I talked to a wood doll.
the doll watch. It's mostly actual furniture, chairs, tables, ottomans, all that stuff, but just from a variety, very well kept. And it's not. She has a small amount she sells from her store, but she's very good at tracking things down. That's kind of the whole point of it. Is that if you're looking for like a 1930s table in this style, she can probably find it for you.
Interesting. I bet you, what's his face? Arthur went there to get something specific from her, so maybe she has info about that.
No, you know who probably went there was
Ghosts?
Yamila, the one who was really big about antiquing and looking up, because he was following her lead. So Yamila probably frequented this antique shop.
When did we figure out she was an antiquer? I was
By her social media posts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they spent a bunch of time redecorating and then stopped posting about 6 months before she died.
I totally
Notes.
didn't piece that together. I didn't even write it down. I remember hearing that though. Yeah. I was like, okay, well, she
You
likes
did this
decorating,
search,
whatever.
Dave.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't?
After all these revelations, I think around this time you pull up to Meadowbrook storage facility.